Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's our wonderful island of Kurland. We're doing, I think, pretty well. We're pretty stable at the moment. I've gone ahead and I've upgraded 3 out of the 4 steel creators here, steel makers. So we've got iron scrap, of course, being used here, but we'll be using iron ore crushed, limestone, coal, etc. Limestone gets trucked in from here. Since recording the last video, they've finally released their update that's I've been kind of playtesting a little bit. They gave me early access to certain things. So there's a couple of things that have changed in this update. The 2 most prominent ones are that export stuff, or these basically import routes and export routes. They're separate now. It's not just a line that connects 2 things. They're specific routes now. So you can see a red line on the active building, and that is an import route, and a green line on an active building is a export route. So this mine control tower, it is exporting to this tank and that tank over there. If I click this tank, I can see that it is receiving imports from this control tower and that control tower. And that's the change. And so you're gonna have to go through your game. I have done a little bit. I might have missed a couple things. You have to go through your game and potentially redo your routes so that they work really well. But now you can have like little hubs and specifically designate where you want it to go. So in this case here, it says fluid storage 2, invalid route assigned. Storage has export route, but also has keep full slider set. Or yeah, so in this case, what's happened here is this tank has a keep full, but because I'm trying to export, this is not a compatible thing. They're not going to export all the way up to this point. That's not how they'll do this. So you have to turn this off, and then they'll go ahead and export fuel over where they need to go. So now they'll fill it up, and they'll go do the job. So there's little tiny things that are kind of added to the game to give you sort of a better idea of how things are working and give you more control. The second thing that's been added, the most requested feature probably, I'll use this area as an example, is that we can now copy and paste and have the belts and pipes go with it. Yeah, you can see a green highlight and stuff on situations where certain things are going to work and certain things are not, but you can see that these are all copied up and ready to go. So that's kind of nice. So those are the 2 major updates. There's some change logs and stuff. You can see that on Steam if you want. Okay, so today what we're going to be doing, I know I said I was going to get to medical stuff, but honestly, we're a little bit far away for that. Just a little bit, okay? Right now, what I need to do, I'm noticing my water is going down, so right now, I've gone ahead and I've added fuel saver, or water saver. I might hit this one, but I've added this one just to see if that will fix it. So we'll keep an eye on water, but it's not full, so that's something we need to look at. And I know I said I was going to do medical stuff, but here's the thing about medical. Let's take a look at the formula here. So assembly electric 2 is what's required. And to do medical supplies, you need to have medical equipment and a disinfectant. Okay, those are the 2 things. And to make medical equipment, you need steel and plastic. That makes sense. You're going to need steel for medical stuff, okay? But here's the problem. If I want to make steel over here, which is what I'm doing already, right? I also need to make household goods. And household goods also require steel. See that? So they're going to take 20 glass, 4 steel, 4 wood. I'm not quite sure I'm making enough steel to have that happen. So I think I want to repurpose these 2, this little area here, to be steel instead. And so I can like basically remake this area to be steel. That's going to give me a little bit of an opening here for belts and stuff, so I might be able to clean that up. But I'm also, I upgraded 4 out of 5, so I could now upgrade this when I have enough parts. I don't yet, but I'd like to get enough parts soon to do that. So I think basically what I'm saying is I don't have enough steel production to do both medical supplies and household goods. And household goods are easier, so we're going to do those first. Just as a little thing to add to this, though, to make plastic, I'm struggling with this a little bit. Because right now I'm making more naphtha, or naphtha period. I'm making naphtha on this side of the island, but I'm making chlorine on this side of the island. Chlorine's pretty easy to make, so I could make it over there. But the naphtha is a little bit more challenging to control. I could still make it over here. I just take the light oil that's going this way for the burners and repurpose it towards distillation stage 3. And so I absolutely will be doing that over here. So before anyone says, just make the naphtha here, I will. It's on my to-do list, along with 20 other things. I will be doing that. Today, though, I want to get household goods done. Once I'm making naphtha on this side, I can combine the naphtha resource with this chlorine tank. And then I'll be able to go ahead and, create that as I need. That makes plastic. Then combine the plastic with steel to get the medical supplies. Now, the disinfectant, I forget where that is actually made. Disinfectant is made in one of these things. I forget. Maybe I'll just look at the recipe. How about that? Disinfectant is going to be created in, yes, the chemical plant. Same plastic that we have to create, but it requires ethanol. And the ethanol, well, the only way to get that is by incorporating corn. I was going to do all this stuff, medical supplies, everything. All of it was going to be done right here and then trucked into town. That's how it was going to be done, either here or here. I hadn't yet decided, but I was leaning towards this because this is where our pipes will come out. Speaking of which, what are you guys up to here? Sitting around doing nothing. Oh, you can't figure out where to dump the sand, huh? Well, there is a lot of places you could dump sand. There is. It might have messed up your routes, or I just simply have all my storage is full. I'll just do this. That'll give you a place to store it, because it'll start pulling it out of the other areas, and then you can store it there. Anyway, so that's my dilemma right now. Creating medical supplies is a lot more complicated. Household goods, easy. Here's what we're gonna do. We need glass, wood, and steel. Glass and wood are both right here, and steel can be pretty easily routed around to get here. So I think we're gonna do it right here. My other option, instead of making household goods where the resources are for them, where the inputs are, we could make them where the output is. We can make them closer to where they're gonna be consumed. I believe that will be more expensive. We're going to have to route more belts that way. We'll use more power consistently that way out with the belts. I think for the household goods, we can produce enough of them right here and just truck them into town. So that's my game plan right now, because I think that's going to be more effective. Well, more efficient for sure. So here's what I want to do. We're going to need a storage tank as a buffer for glass, and I'm going to place that. I think we'll go ahead and place it here. I want it as far over as I can get. This is about as far as I can go. We're going to do that. Then we're going to take a flat conveyor, and right off this side right here, we're going to go here up to level 1, and you'll notice there's a gap right here. And we can go underneath this belt at level 1 and stick it into that hole right there. Maybe more direct like this. There we go. All right. Now, as long as that's not it is in the way. Hang on. You need to be 1 over like this. Okay. Now I'll try the same thing. Go up to height 1 over. And then down and into there. Okay, this is our new storage tank for glass. Because this side is full. We have more than enough over here, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is turn off the exports on here, turn off the imports on that. All the glass we make now is heading this direction. I think what we're going to find, once all the pending supply gets sorted out here, I think what we're going to find is the same thing. You can see the slag coming in from, iron and stuff. The same thing is going to happen with glass over here. We're going to get to a situation where as long as the slag is coming in, if it starts coming in really heavy doses, this is going to get stopped. And so I think I need another solution for the slag because of how persistent this is. I would like to see that actually happen in order to know for sure. But my backup plan, I don't really want to commit to it unless I have to. My backup plan for that is to come this way, and we'll just dispose of the slag on this side. So we'll just basically reverse the direction of all these belts. Corn is losing water. Ugh. I have a very water-heavy workflow right now, and it sucks. Okay? I'm just going to say it. It sucks. It's just very difficult to get up enough steam. I need steam to be just constant, and it's quite difficult to get enough steam for this. I think maybe if we can get some additional desalination and route some steam differently, it's quite difficult to do this enough, but I might just use this. I might say all extra steam goes here. And then it comes out this side, and we can go to additional desalinators. I've got these two pumps that are just kind of earmarked here, sitting here. And this wall around where our limestone mine is going to be is just sort of protecting this area right now. As we dig down later, it'll protect that area. But water is a challenge at the moment because you have to get steam in order to get the water out of the sea. So the only other solution I could think of is to, obviously pump it from here and send it on its way, get it into this tank, which is where it's being brought from over there. So I guess since I have extra water production on that side, what I could do is add I'd have to add too many trucks to do that. No, we just have to redirect it. So water is currently heading this way. So what we need to do is we need to turn this pipe around from here, turn this one around from here, and this one gets turned, and I think that's it. Yeah, with that being done, water will now come from the other source, and it'll feed this direction all the way up until this farm. So this farm shares its source from the other tank, and then these two are getting their water from this source too. So the extra water that's being pumped will go into here, right? So we'll see how well that works. I should probably also we have the water source going into this balancer, which then feeds out that way when it can. So some of the water will end up in this pipe and go to the farms. We'll just need it to do that more regularly. We'll see how that goes. Okay, snacks production just finished. Cool. So let's take a look at this. God, I'll never stay on track, I swear. All right, so what I need to do is I want glass to come around and be against... Oh, come on now. You can't get underneath that. That's really disappointing. That's a shame. I thought I had that lined up really well, too. Put this one more over, I guess. It's not enough that you physically have like a stanchion holding it up right there. But now I need to go down like that. Is that good enough? Can we? There we go. Okay. So that's what I want. I want you to be right up here, okay? So glass will go here. And it gets fed around. And it goes along this side. And we'll have the glass just sort of go like this, okay? All right, good. Next, let's talk about wood. And I think the wood should be level 2, probably. I want to have a separate storage for this because I don't want it to rob the supply from our other productions. And so I'm going to do the same thing with this, but I'm going to do it a little bit back because I have steel coming in too. So we're going to go like this, and then the flat conveyor will go up from here. I think we'll make it height 2. Yep. Like so. And, yeah, that'll get fed in from this side like so. Okay, so all the way over above this. And you should be fine with that right there. Okay. The wood will then come in from this side and just stick into there. So half the wood is going to go into this storage here. Okay. Beautiful. And it will come out this belt all the way wrapping around. Cool. Now you can ignore the low food supply. There's nothing to see here. Just ignore it. It's fine. The food is fine. Okay, look at it. Tons of corn. Look at this. Look at this. If there was anyone out there who thought, you don't need that many, I beg to differ. I think I need a lot more than this. Look at it go. And the really cool part is I could Unity this and just have tons more compost, and yet it still is not enough. We're still not storing any. It's kind of wild. We should probably lower our targets, I guess. Maybe we'll go 90% on our targets, and then, you know, we can have... That might be what it is. We just have too high a targets, and they are just unrealistic. If I bring them down, maybe we can see those levels get met a bit more frequently. I don't know. We'll see. But just ignore the food problem. It's not a problem. All right. So we're going to look at glass coming in here. Wood is coming in above here. So steel, what we're going to have to do... I was torn between taking it off of this supply and going off this supply, or taking it out of this storage and wrapping it around. Ultimately, though, I've decided we're just going to do this. We're going to pull off of this conveyor, probably right about here, and I'm going to lift it up to height 2 from there, and then it goes and follows down this mark. So all the way around like this, and then what we'll do right here is, well, hopefully, yep, we'll then lower it down to height 1, like so, underneath the bridge, and then it's going to go up to height 1 here, and this is the height that we're going to ultimately be using it at. So height 1 across like this, and almost, yeah, that's fine. I'll just have to cut the extra. So right about like that. Maybe we'll even just use it there. And there's our steel. It's routed all the way around, getting it into there. So with everything being right here, we can now create our household goods. If I ever stay focused enough to actually do it. How about we start here? Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll lay out 6 producers right here with a storage unit, level 2, being placed, I think, maybe here. And we can go further this way. We'll say right here. And that can be where our household goods are at. Okay. Now, we've got a buffer tank, buffer storage, whatever you want to call it, for glass here. That's nice. We got buffer storage for wood, so that we're pulling from this instead of taking up all the supply from the other part, right? No problem. You might be thinking, okay, where's your buffer for your steel? And the answer is the long-ass belt that I made. This long-ass belt is the buffer tank. It's going to serve as storage as well, because it's going to be able to store probably 100 steel. I don't know what this length is, but it's going to have like 100 steel on it. And so our recipe only calls, man, I'm terrible today, I tell you. Recipe only calls for using 4 steel every minute. So that should be sufficient. The belt itself should be sufficient. So here's what I want to do. We'll build at least 4 of them plus the tank. And then we'll get our conveyor out. We'll go, I think we'll go number 2. Nope, right here. Yep, 2. And stick it into there. And then everybody else will go number 1 and hook up like this, hook up like this, hook up like this. Let me just see something really quick for this low food supply. It should have been solved already. We're just going to do that. It's less Unity for me, but it's fine. I figured it would have been solved already, but I'll look at it later, I guess. Paying no attention to the low food supply behind the curtain. Yep. Okay, so all of this needs to be built now. Let's get all these belts made, hopefully. And we have 2 of them up, so now we just have to get the belts. So this is our wood belt, right? That is steel. We need to go 1 more over steel. Just not quite lined up. So close. But not quite there. So the glass belt is going to feed, I think, near side. I think we'll do near side with the glass. So it'll be there and there and there. See what we're doing here? Can we go closer? The determination of that is all about whether or not this can go in, and it looks like it can work a little bit closer, but like it's not worth rebuilding it for that 1 extra square. It's not worth it. Never mind. We're gonna have you go a little bit further, and then down you go. Okay, and then you are gonna do the same thing, a little bit further, and then down you go. Okay, so the middle one goes in, and then we connect them all like this. This is the system. It's very similar to how things were organized with the glass mix. We're just gonna, yep, pop all this stuff in there and get it going, if possible. Apparently we're out of red parts, but tons of gold parts, like an insane amount of gold parts, but no steel. Because I stopped the belt. I'm an idiot. Go! Go, steel, go! Go through. You can do it. There. So you see how the steel is getting split off. We're going to take half the supply to make our household goods, but it won't really be half the supply. In the midterm, in the early term, I guess here, we'll be taking half. But eventually this belt will get all the way backed up, and it'll just stop. And then it'll just be whatever we need at that point. So again, it's going to serve as a storage here too. Okay, so now I have to wait for everything to work there. But we do have household goods. Come on now. 2. Just 2. Okay. The trucks are probably all on it. That's what's happening, I'm sure. There we go. We can start getting household goods delivered to this tank now. Beautiful. So as we're making them, and of course I just need to have more red parts, so we'll wait for those to come in. But as we're making these, we now need to get the source for where they're going to be consumed. That is a building called, and here's my clinic. That's a building called the Household Goods Module. And I'm thinking of placing this, I think probably right here. We have room for another one on this side if needed. But I'm going to place it right here. And then we're going to add a storage unit to that as well. We'll do it probably right here, just to have the flexibility to deliver to both. Yeah, so we'll go about here with it. And so we'll deliver that. Now this is going to store household goods. And what we want to do is assign a truck to this. And we're going to say that I want you to import your supply. That's the red one. I want you to import your supply from here. And you can see it's already not letting me. Weird. What? What? How did that happen? How did that happen? Okay, that's weird. I don't know how that started happening. Didn't I select this? I could have swore I clicked this. Okay, hold on. We're making sure of it this time. 1, 2, boom, boom, boom. Okay. You have the right recipe selected now. Trucks, empty the electronics out of here. Count on me to just really screw it up every time, you know? All right. Flat conveyor. Gonna take the glass, go there. The steel goes there. And the wood goes there. All right. And the same thing with this one. Like so. Like so. And like so. Are you satisfied with this? Does this make you happy? These nice straight lines all coming in like this? Huh? I do it for you. No, not you. The other one. Yeah, you. Okay, so clearly I need all of this removed. So, you know, that needs to happen today. Please exit. Please empty this now. Get it out of here. Maybe we'll use electronics for something. How about we upgrade? That doesn't upgrade with electronics. You upgrade with electronics? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I think we upgrade you. We'll spend the electronics, and that's how we'll get what we want. Yeah, we'll do this here. We can upgrade this one. Get all the steel. I think we should probably get the rest of the steel rock in here too. So I'll queue this one to upgrade and queue that one to upgrade too. I can just go ahead and quick deliver that, I guess. I realize these are paused. It's because I didn't really need to use them. This is not getting copper ore anymore. So I just needed it to wait until I could upgrade it. So I'm just trying to spend things. Frivolous spending is what this is. Just enough to where there's storage space for these guys to empty these out, and it still looks like I can't do it. So what we're gonna have to do is that, and we'll say truck imports are on. Okay, trucks, do your stuff. Come on, take them out of there. You know you want to. Here, export to there. Go. Go, go, go. See? That works. Beautiful. And now these can just be backed up, which is, I guess, fine for our maintenance. Maintenance is at 95%. Just gonna have to take a look at that really quick. I know we are taking half of our steel supply for that, and then the rest of the remaining half for this. So, I mean, you're only really getting a quarter of our steel supply right now for mechanical parts. That is a problem, potentially. All right, is this empty? Not yet. It needs to be emptied. Please empty it. All the way. Yep, there you go. There you go. Very good. Okay, let's go ahead and gut this. All right, now it's not screwed up anymore. I'm sorry. That took forever. So what I wanted to do is I have this over here, and this storage has the one truck assigned, okay? And so all we're going to need to do with this is to tell you to import from this. And now what we should see is this truck will go ahead and, you know, go off and get 60. The big truck can handle 60. 60 household goods. See? Now, that's a pretty short drive to deliver 60 of these household goods. And it looks like the current demand is 31. So that works out pretty well. Now, the reason why I have a storage instead of just having this hooked up direct is because it gives me extra storage for it, right? I don't think extra storage is ever a bad thing. And so now this has an internal storage of 240. We just expanded that by another 180, and it cost me almost nothing to do that because these are just the basic level 1 unit storage, right? But it also means I can have this delivery route with a truck, since this can't do it. And so now I can have it one single truck delivery route deliver to potentially 2 of these things, depending on, you know, how much it needs. But now, with that being done, we are now meeting the needs of our citizens and getting even extra unity. With that extra unity, we should also now be able to, you know, add something like, say, a water saver edict and save even more. Maybe get maintenance to be reduced. Who knows? Maybe we can afford something like that. Maybe I can afford to up the number of people in my oil rigs. Of course, I'm going to need workers for that, but, you know, I have a population that's growing, so that's not bad. And if we want them to have even more, this is 31. If we want them to consume even more to get even more unity, we can just click this button. This isn't getting me anything. Hold on. Consumed by 25%. Unity given for it increased by 20%. Ah. So household goods is currently giving me 2.27. I click that button, and now it's giving me 2.72. I click this button, and now it's giving me 3.17. I see. So now the demand is a lot higher. And we could keep raising our demand to meet our production. I mean, that's one way to just get a ton of unity if we want to, right? Just constantly produce more, and then we raise the demand up to meet it. I don't think it's really necessary to do that. I would like to get a cushion. Plus, that just means we're using more of the other resources, and I don't think that's necessarily a good idea. So we could probably take that edict back down. I'll pull this one down. And yeah, as long as we're green. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it green. Okay, cool. We also don't need this much. You can see we're overproducing here. So we don't need these running. We can save ourselves the workers in that way. And I would have said we don't need this many on the animal feeding compost running either. But since we're backed up on it, maybe we do. Because we're sending a lot more animal feed their way. And wheat is getting filled. We could maybe make some more bread. We are getting a little short on bread, right? So maybe we up our bread game just a wee bit. We could take all of this. I think we copy it from here. I don't really want... See, in this situation, I don't want the belts. So I'll just copy one of these. Wow, it mirrored it for me. That's weird. Let's copy this and we'll place it here. And this will just be sort of a way to use a little bit more wheat. Wow, you're really gonna not go straight? Really? That's unfortunate. New plan. New plan. We got a whole new world right here. Destroy this. And we'll put a balancer in here instead. U-shaped balancer here. We'll say that this supply goes like that. And it's kind of organized. This is a waste, isn't it? Is this a waste? I mean, I really should want them to go equally, right? This is a waste. I should not be doing this. Yeah, no, this is completely unnecessary. All I really want to do is just kind of, yeah, just sort of do that. And then, you know, whatever. I mean, it's all the same thing. It's not like I want to prioritize one over the other anyway. I'm just sticking wheat in the machine. So, yeah, whatever. And then the mill is using that same flour. So I'm going to need another mill. I have just enough room for it next to this. We pop this in. We're going to need water to be delivered to it as well. And with that water might be more difficult to deliver. I'll give it a shot. We're going to take the water from... well, actually, I could probably just do this, right? It's fine with me. I'm all right. I'm not gonna cry over that. Do I need flat conveyors? Yes. Flat conveyors to deliver into there. Okay. And then that mill just gets upgraded, and then the flat conveyor will then go ahead and deliver it into there. Very good. And then just for good measure, I suppose we can upgrade this. So if for some reason we do have those two going, it just goes in there really quick. All right, there it is. All right, let's upgrade that. And then the wheat can now go ahead and make its way where it needs to. Using more wheat for bread will obviously be using less for our fertilizer stuff, but you can see we're no longer backed up with that anymore. So it might be okay once this is totally empty. I think we should probably just shut these off. Once all these belts are like empty, right? This is set to prioritize going that way. So by default, it will always go to these 3. So when these belts are empty, when this belt's empty, I can shut these 5 off. Okay, so now we're gonna make 50% more bread. So hopefully we can start seeing people actually work with that. Not enough workers again. Not enough maintenance again. Hang on. Maintenance. Right, well, I mean, like I said, we're robbing half of its supply, right? So we just need to really ramp up steel. Since I am making Unity per month, I'm gonna go ahead and boost all of these just temporarily. And then I think I'll go over here and bump that a little bit. And then bump this a little bit. I realize that puts my food system under a little bit more strain. But it's going to give me the extra unity, I think, to just bump that steel up. And then I have 112 red parts. I got to get this upgraded. And then this one can come after that. That's fine. But actually, this is already upgraded. They already did it. Yeah. Okay, no problem then. So I need to get this upgraded. And once that's done and taken care of, I'll have even more steel. It doesn't seem like it's really making a whole lot, does it? Are you missing an input or what? You don't seem like you're... Oh, I see. This is a level 1. You should totally be level 2. My bad. There you go. That should be significantly faster. That might have been my problem the entire time. Yeah. It just might have been, you know? All right, so with 80, I need 80 more parts. So the maintenance thing, that sucks. That died really quickly. Really quickly. I already have the maintenance reducer on too. Wow. So even with maintenance reducer, I mean, if you don't have the steel, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop this. We should have enough in storage here, yes. I'll stop this. We'll keep the household goods going temporarily, but we're not going to rob it again another half. We're going to send the remaining steel off to get parts, to get maintenance. And then I turn production on over here again to start with, getting this going. We're researching Lab 4 at the moment. There are still some researches in Lab 3 to do. One of which is biodiesel here, which is interesting. Could potentially work with the soybeans here. You get the cooking oil as well as the animal feed. We also can get canola with Lab 3 and fruit with Lab 3. So those are the things that I'd like to get. Unfortunately, the canola is going to require the canola seed, and I have not found that on the map yet. So that's just something I'm going to have to wait on. But since I started doing this again, they've also been taking some of the supply here too. All right, these are all backed up now. Mechanical parts are completely full. Huh? Wait. Oh my God, it's this. You idiot. How many people? Oh, how many people are going to tell me about that one? All right. You go ahead and let me have it. I deserve it. I deserve every little bit of it. Oh, why did that have to be a thing? All right. So, as you can see now, more than enough steel to keep that rocking. Like more than enough steel. So we can probably turn that off now, I think. Go ahead. And you're upgraded, Blast Furnace 2. Iron scrap and crushed iron ore is your recipe. Let's go ahead and unpause you. And now we can go ahead and get the iron ore being brought in like so. Now all we just need is workers. Where are we going to find those? I don't know. We're going to have to upgrade up our population again. Let's go ahead and upgrade housing here. And I'll probably do it around this square first. In fact, you know, I know it doesn't have any social effect. I wish it did. I'm going to place this here. This little column decoration. I'm going to place this right in the center like that. And you can do this anywhere you want. I'm only doing this because I saw it in screenshots. But because I thought it looked cool in screenshots, so I'm doing it. Recyclables are all collected here. So that's something. We could... is it worth belting that over here? Yeah, maybe. We're not low on power yet, but I do worry about potentially getting low on power soon because of that. You know, honestly, I don't think I need two of them. If I'm belting it over, we'll just use the U-shaped conveyor. We'll go like that. And the original plan was to go underneath that bridge. I'm amending that plan. Pray I don't amend it again. Somebody told me that was Robot Chicken. Now, I've seen Robot Chicken a long time ago. Like, it was a time in a galaxy far, far away. But I've seen Robot Chicken. But that quote is absolutely Empire Strikes Back. This is in my way, and it's kind of grotesquely so in my way. Really doesn't need to be like that, does it? I think we can do a little bit better with this this water pipe. I think we can do significantly better than that. Let's go like this, and then we'll raise it up, and then we'll come over like that. And now we're free and clear to move our U-shaped belt underneath this. Wow, you are just so picky on where you go, aren't you? You gotta go that way, don't you? You have to. Here, since you're gonna do it anyway, let's just do full commit. All right, here, look. Now you can do that. There you go. All right, now we've got this. So we'll take this belt and just hook it up there. That blocks trucks. You betcha. It sure does. It sure does. I don't want to block trucks here. We'll lift it up. Level 2. And then we'll dip it low. I think as long as I can get that, yeah, this. Like that. I just got to get that marker out of the way. That stand, or whatever you want to call it, out of the way. Stanchion. The pylons that we need to construct additionals of. So this should send all the community recyclables should now be getting sent via belt over to the recycling center. And that will create less waste and more reusable materials, which some of which may actually be broken glass. We should take a look. Hello, broken glass. Hello, there's lots of this actually. This is why it's getting backed up. Lots of broken glass. Let's get the broken glass routed over here. Oh, didn't I call it? Oh, did I call it or what? Look at this. Yep, the same thing happened that happened over with the sand and copper. So we're gonna take on this side. This is what happens. You heard it here first. I called it. I'm gonna put you there. I'm gonna make a bigger one. I think I'm gonna need it. Just one though. Eventually we won't even need to dispose of slag in this area much, because glass 2, the formula for that is there's no slag as a byproduct of that. However, it will occupy a different space. You can't directly upgrade, so I really wish they hadn't have done that, but that's what they opted to do. So that facility will look different. We'll evaluate it then. But that's why I'm hesitating to build the second half, because if I can get to that other formula first, then I'd rather save the materials and just wipe this and do the other one. But in the meantime, we do have to go the opposite direction. So all the slag is coming from here. We're going to go like this, toggle that direction, toggle that direction, toggle that direction, that direction, and we're going to need to come off of this. We'll stay at height 1 and then come down. We'll stay at height 1, go here, and then come down. There we go. And finally toggle that direction. So now the slag can go this way instead. And then we'll just get like 2 trucks assigned to this. And we'll tell this that we want to keep it empty. So there's going to be some trucks that can come over here and they'll just take the slag away whenever it fills up. Okay? But now we can at least produce more glass, because I think we were probably not producing enough there for a while. We still have some in our quick deliver storage. So yeah, I want to get upgrades going here. That one's already delivered. Nice. Let's go ahead and get that one upgraded too. People. Spend some unity to get people, I think. Just a few. I mean, we've got to have a whole lot more. And then our capacity is only 2,900, so we kind of have to hit the brakes on spending unity for them until these are upgraded. I still think these look awesome. I do kind of wish that the cities were a bit more busy. I know that's not the point of the game, but man, do I wish there was like people walking around and these plazas. Maybe we could see like little tiny, you know, I'm thinking like when you're playing City Skylines or The Sims or something. Or not Sims, Sin City or something, right? When you're playing Sim City, City Skylines, even, you know, Surviving the Aftermath, whatever, you can see people moving around. And, like, obviously those people in those games have specific purposes. They have pathing and stuff that they're working with. But it's, you wouldn't have to have that here. Just have some, you know, I guess some dummy moving images or something of people being busy. That'd be really cool, I think. A little bit better. I've also redone this. I'm not sure if I showed you this, but we were building up biomass a lot. So I went ahead and just expanded this so we could process more. It's clearly not a problem anymore. So I could probably, you know, pause 3 of these. But it was building up. And so if it continues to build up again later, and as I suspect it probably will as we get upgraded, as we get more and more people, it'll probably happen faster. But as it happens, we can process that into compost faster. And you see now we're just barely saturating this belt. So I don't think we're going to need really have the rest of these running very much. I think we can probably pause these just for the sake of power. Well, that one's working, so I'll wait till it's done. Might as well at least wait till it's done, right? Wait till it stops spinning at least. Yeah, so I can probably pause you. And I'll go ahead and pause you. Just to open that up a bit more. Okay. So what did we do today? We did a lot of talking. Before we leave, I wanted to do something with the mine here too. So I'm looking at this and I would like to get a new ramp on this side that enters the mine from this direction because I want to go deeper here. So I'm going to work on cutting that there. Once that's all done, then I can lay in a wall right here just to sort of protect that as I dig deeper here. It's not really vital that I do that. The walls are only there to really protect your infrastructure. So like a wall here is not really that needed. I want to say it's just not necessary. But if you're digging deeper and you think the land that as you're digging is going to start revealing and it's going to start, you know, going too low over here next to the wall, it might collapse this wall. Then you have to do a second wall. So that's why I'm doing a second wall here. So we're going to say, and actually, to be honest, I kind of want to straighten this up. Yeah, I want to straighten this up. We're going to stick you here. I'm pretty sure that's where the mining marker is. Let's just see. I want to go like that. Yeah, so the mining marker being here, so the wall has to be across this. So what I would want to do in this instance is delete the 2 corners, put in a long wall here and here, build these with Unity right now. And so with that replaced, we can then dump these wall segments, which is going to release all this soil to just, you know, fall, but that's okay. And then we can get it mined. So there's all that soil that just fell. We're going to go ahead and mine this and flatten that out. And then once we flatten that out, I can go ahead and add the additional wall segments that I want to do in this area. So these wall segments, I want to say that my ramp is going to be right here, but it can only go down this far. If I'm going to go any deeper, I got to do it away from that wall. So going down to, like, say -7, which is where I want to go, I can really only do that like this. I can't do that here, and this is going to start diving in. I don't think it will collapse in far enough to get this wall to be woozy, but there is a way to make sure that doesn't happen, of course, and that is to just put in a wall segment right here. So I can put in another wall right here like this, and that will make sure that this area doesn't fall, and I can keep this where it is, right? So I'll mark that, and then that means I don't need to have this marked anymore here. So if this is my ramp that heads down towards -7, then chances are I'm probably not going to dig this. I mean, I guess I could dig that, but it's, I don't think so. I think what I'd rather do is like a stair-steppy thing here. Why don't we have this wall? Can I start it like here? Yeah. Let's start this wall here. Oh, come on now. Yeah. And then as we move this direction, it will gradually lower itself so that it can support lower and lower mining. Need to move this ever so slightly like this. There we go. And now from this point, we can have the ramp go even lower like that. We don't really need to go this far because I want the whole thing to be mined from here, but the ramp has to stay because, again, I can go lower than this even later too. So I think for now I'm going to leave that wall like this, and this is going to be where my ramp is. It takes us down to -7, and then the rest of this can be mined out as far as I want. From here then, we need to mark the wall to be like here. So just inside. So we're not going to be mining this square, but we'll mine from this square. And so we'll just kind of mark the wall like that. I'll need to mine this out to make it flat, but I'm not going to do that until this wall segment is in. And then, yeah, then we'll mark it from there. We're going to have a corner piece on that spot. We'll have a corner piece on this spot. So it'll end up being like this. Yep. And then we'll have to have the short segments to go there. So we'll have the corner be there and also there. All right. And then as it's done on this side, it'll need to be marked like this. And so I'll leave that. Now they can go ahead and mine this out. So I'll let them build these walls. That allows us to go down, I guess, like I said, to -7. And then, you know, the rest of this in the center, it's probably not a big deal if the rest of this just goes ahead and starts digging anyway. So we could just tell them to go deeper here. I do need to protect this side wall as well. So I'll mark all that offline and I'll make sure that these walls are in. But I just kind of wanted to show you the process and how I'm doing that. The important thing with these walls, if you're playing this yourself, the important thing to realize is that you're marking a giant segment of land to dig. And you simply need to make sure that the wall is outside of the square that you are digging. Like that. So you can't place it anywhere else, even partially into that square. Otherwise, the wall can collapse. So that's why we sort of space it out, and that's why I draw a flat tool like this, so I can just sort of see where they are and mark it accordingly, because these mining markers are predetermined on your map. You can't adjust them. They will always be here. You can't go like one tile over. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. So, okay, that's that. And then again, this is also digging down to -7, so eventually the whole mine will be at -7. Okay, that's it. I think we're gonna call it a day here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. We have a little bit of a worker deficit at this point, but for the most part, we're doing okay. We're making steel. I don't see any iron coming out of this though, so that's got me a little bit meh. It's because I didn't connect the limestone right here. See? I guarantee you somebody is gonna comment that, and then they'll watch to the very end, maybe, sometimes they don't, and then they'll go, oh, he got it at the very end, he got it. You'll probably even edit. You'll probably say edit, oh, you got it at the end, with a big smiley face. Just picking on ya. Seriously, the number of times people tell me to do things that I eventually do in that exact same video it's incredibly high. It's a higher percentage than you think it is. Am I ready to do this? Should we get the second recycling place going? It's a lot of power. 300 kilowatts, you guys. I'm worried about the power. Oh, right, the broken glass. I didn't even do that. Stupid. All right, final thing, and I swear then we're going to hang up. All right, here we go. So loose storage. I don't even need all of it, just a little bit. We'll say loose storage will be right here. Okay, and then we'll just connect it here and just tap it right into that same supply. Let's go height 2. Make sure I don't block trucks. And we'll just connect it right there. Right? That should be good to go, right? No, they can't drive. So I've known this tool exists, okay? But I've had a couple people telling me like I should be using this instead of like, let's see what they do, right? I know the tool exists. I put it in my own, like I put it in the mining tutorial even. Like I'm aware of it. But the being aware of it and then using it is completely different things. Okay. You can be aware of something and then just completely forget it exists the moment when you need it. Like the moment when you need it, right? You could just completely forget it exists. So yeah, I believe they can drive through there now. See, they can. There's a space there. There's a green. See that? Good. Okay. I don't have to guess anymore on that. Is this really how I want to do that though? I feel like I can do this better. Can I do this better? I feel like I can do this better. Like, why don't we start here instead? Why not just start? I don't know. Still squiggly. Can you really just not place that there? Like, can you just not? Like, I don't want that there. Can I do this differently? Maybe like this? You're still gonna do it though. You're still gonna place that right there instead of maybe back here somewhere. That sucks. But can they still drive through it? I mean, I think you have to have a solid part, not a corner, right? I don't think they can drive this. I don't think they'll cross it like this. I think they're gonna go around, all the way around. They used to be driving through this a lot, and now they're no longer taking this as a shortcut. Okay. Fine. Here, at least we want to do this. This is gonna be broken glass. There. And I'll just tell people to keep it full. I don't need a certain truck assigned to it or anything. I'll just say, hey, keep this full, and they'll go ahead and bring it over here from the recycling area. Okay, so here, we'll do it right, I guess. Okay, look. Is this better? No. Anyway, so the broken glass goes and connects to the glass mix, right? And it's the same formula, same thing as before. We want to just go in and select broken glass. There we go. And we'll have broken glass be the priority template there for that. And then we'll go ahead and copy it over to the other ones so that it's ready to go. And so now it will just interchangeably use broken glass and glass mix. And with a priority to broken glass because the way these things work. So this isn't going to go until this is done, right? And that's completely fine with me. So there we go. Hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.